Good morning. It's funny. Oh, this morning, it's a beautiful morning. The sun is trying to come out right now. The clouds were everywhere. I mean, and it was like the more I studied, the more the sunlight is coming and it's beautiful. And I thank the Lord for the light. And then I realized my pencil to do my study. Oh, it's marking my Bible. Okay. Oh, let's see if I can do this without losing my place because I'm going to share some goodies. Okay, so I went to go sharpen my pencil because it was broke. Well, now it's sharpened, but anyway, you'll get it. You'll hear it. Okay, so I came over here and I'm like, wow, it's still here. It's one of those old-timey sharpeners, right? And so my thought was, oh Lord, I wonder if it still works, because I know my kids have used it. We used it as kids, and it's still here. And so I was like, this is gonna be cool. So I stuck it in and I sharpened my pencil, and I'll break it and do it so it still works. That is just not in my head. Okay, see? I broke it. I'm gonna put you down for a minute and put it in there. Oh, that is so nice. So, your mind's on the Lord. You're fixing to study. You're fixing to get in, and I want to know what He wants me to share with others today, and things like that. So, you're in prayer, and that was just awesome. How many sharpeners have you thrown away? Now, my parents had four of us, and then all the grandkids, all these years. I'm 37. And God's the same. Now, God never changes. Now, the world has, but God's never. So we go back. Go to His time. When He walked. When Jesus walked. I'm sharing today. Okay, put the pencil back here so I don't lose that place. Go back to that. I'm reading from Matthew today. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in Thy name? And in Thy name have cast out devils? And in Thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth the sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat up that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat up that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And that was Matthew 7. I read from 22 to 27. I'll read 28 and 29. I am so sorry. I should have read it all together. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at His doctrine. For He taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Think about it for just a moment. This is between you and God. Not to judge, not to condemn. Because Jesus did not come to condemn the world. but he wanted us to think. He wanted us to know him. When someone comes to your door, now I remember a long time ago, everybody was saying, my door is open. Is that real? Were you really meaning that? Because when someone knocks on your door, if you don't know them, are you going to open your door? I mean, your kids are all in the house. Are you going to open the door? You don't know this person. Just any random person. And that's kind of like Jesus. If he doesn't know you, if you don't know him, many profess. And there are a lot of wonders and people get lost in those things. They find a false hope in those things when all we need is Jesus and his word. And listen and hear. Get to know him. Get to know his teachings. Get to know his love. The devil's biggest lie is you have time, but you don't know your tomorrows. None of us do. None of us do. I'm sharing Matthew 22. I'm starting with 23. The same day came to him the Sadducees, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die, having no children, his brother shall marry his wife, and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise the second also, and the third unto the 7th. And last of the women died also. And last of all the woman died also. Therefore in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. Jesus answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the Scriptures, nor the power of God. For in the resurrection they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? God is not the God of the dead, but the living. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them, saying, What think ye of Christ? Whose son is he? They say unto him, The son of David. He saith unto them, How then doeth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? And no man was able to answer him a word, neither durst any man from the day forth ask him any more questions. we trust. The wind's blowing. There's a lot of things going on in some people's personal life. Shake, 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 shake. Are you going to the Lord? Are you getting into His Word? Do you know Him? Does He know you? He knows us all. He knows every single one of us. There is no secret. He knows everything. Your heart, your thoughts. And He loves you. As we see that day approaching, and so much is going on right now. There's so much. The sorrow in our heart is for those that we know are deceived, those that we know are still stuck and just going on. I had this urgency since the Lord, and I remember, my mom, the ones around you, that's everyone you come across, you're sharing, And I would go to my mom and my dad, and I'd share with them, And at first, Mom was not. She kind of looked at me funny, like, what's going on? I had no idea. No one had any idea that my mom wouldn't be here anymore. Every time I saw her, every time she called, every time I called her, we're sharing what we've learned. And I have some beautiful, beautiful memories. And I share with my brothers, and I get to share that with them. And I thank the Lord, because if I wasn't, if I was still in that pain, if I was still in that darkness, if I was still just like, I wouldn't have witnessed, I wouldn't have seen or heard any of it. And our relationship wouldn't have gotten that close. And then she passed. That urgency did not go away. That sorrow did not go away. Because I know that if I had died before, there was no second chances. And so I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And that's what I have to share. There's no second chances. There's none. Now, only the Lord knows. I share all the time about that thief that's on that cross, like right next to Jesus Christ. But that might be tomorrow. And he may have already knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked. And you never open the door of your heart. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day in Jesus Christ.